Welcome back to day 3 of 12 Days of Christmas. Today we're going to decorate our mantle. Now, this is what the before looks like. I have cleaned off some of the stuff that was on there. I had been decorated for fall. You can see up here all the stuff that was up there, my lanterns we've been using. So they're kind of dirty, so they'll need to be cleaned. But for the most part, this is what it looks like. I am not sure what we're going to put up here. Have no idea. From one year to the next, it never looks the same. But I know I have a lot of stuff, so we're just going to wing it. The first thing I always like to do once I've cleared off what was on there is get the vacuum out and just give it a good clean. I had a lot of pine cones. I had leaves. I had some sticks and those Chinese lanterns. They're like a dried orangey flower type. Not really a flower. I'm not sure what you describe it as, but they crumble after they've dried and make a terrible mess. So I just needed to clean all of that stuff out off the mantle and start with a clean slate. Now, before you start thinking this is a bit of Christmas magic, I want you to know that my husband was here to help me with all of this. So I was actually taking the lanterns down one by one and just passing them over to him. He was taking them to the sink to be cleaned. You can see by the look of these lanterns, they are in a desperate need to be cleaned. We burn wood, so the dust here is plentiful. And we also use our lanterns. So you can see they really needed a good scrubbing, and they're already looking so much better. Now, let's get back to the mantle. This is a picture that my husband and I love. I put it up almost every year, but I try to change it up a little bit too. All it is a frame that we bought at a thrift store, and the picture inside is just a picture from a calendar. It's just a winter scene, and where it didn't quite reach all the way to the matting, I just filled it in with some Christmassy looking fabric, and nobody's any the wiser. So just an idea, an inexpensive way to dress up an old frame on a really small budget. So now we are putting the lanterns back. I'm just winging it here. I'm not sure if these are going to stay here. I'm not sure if we're going to put something else here in place of this. Not sure yet. We're just kind of putting stuff up here and seeing what looks good and going by feeling, I think. Our mantle is 12 feet long, 5 feet high, and 16 inches deep. So there's a lot of decorating space here, so it takes a lot of thought. Decorating a large space like this doesn't have to cost a lot of money. All of these things are things that I've had for a really long time. I've bought so inexpensively. You can get them at thrift stores, at yard sales. Friends maybe have things that they're cleaning out and getting rid of. There's so many different places. Check your yard. You'd be amazed at what you can find in your yard. Pine cones, greenery. There's all kinds of things that you can take from Mother Nature to use to decorate your mantle. Just use your imagination and start thinking outside the box. The one thing that I made sure of when we had this mantle built was that I had plenty of outlets up on the mantle so that I could plug things in. So I do have a plug on each end, and one good way to kind of hide that plug is there and hide your cord is to just kind of tuck it in and around things and add some greenery. Spread your greenery around, some pine cones and a few things, and I'm telling you, that hides a multitude of sins, and you'd never know you had an outlet there or a cord. These little lights that I have, I bought on Amazon. They run on a battery pack and are also on a timer. I love that because I can just set the timer and I'm done with them. The batteries will last throughout the entire season, and I love that too. They're on like a copper wire. I think you can buy silver, gold, whatever fits in with your decor, but I love them. I'll link them below in my description box for you. So here's a little peek behind the scenes. What you don't see when I'm creating a video. My husband's usually behind the scenes cleaning, and there's usually a big mess behind me somewhere. So I have all of these decorations out. I've moved things. I'm just cross-piling sawdust. I think that's my favorite saying, because pretty much that's what I feel like I'm doing. Handing over one mess to make another. Thank you for joining me on day 3 of my 12 days of Christmas. I hope that I inspired you to think outside of the box when decorating your mantle. Use thrift store finds and things out in nature. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, and in the end, it's a lot more rewarding. If you're new to my channel and you'd like to join my family of keepers, then just hit the subscribe button below. Click the bell to all so you never miss out on anything new.